Hello, everyone, and welcome to Computex Learning Beyond Borders podcast with me, Aishwarya Ravishankar. As Denzel Washington says, don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. And today's guest is aspiring different people's life by changing their lives, and she is none other than Cerita Miller. She is the director of Lighthouse Retreat. Let's welcome Cerita Miller to Learning Beyond Borders podcast. Hello, Cerita.
Hi, Ash. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming, and I'm so glad to have this face-to-face interaction with you because this is something that we have been, planning, and then this happened finally today, and I'm so glad.
Yeah, I'm glad everything worked out.
Yes, definitely. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's a great day in spite of the snow. It's a wonderful day, and I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see that on your face. Yeah. So you have been a registered nurse for the past 24 years, right?
Yes.
So with the learnings that you got from all these years as a registered nurse have made you, who you are. You're the director of Lighthouse Retreat. So what made you choose healthcare as your career is the first question that I wanted to ask you.
To be very honest with you, I didn't choose healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
It chose me.
Wow.
At a very young age, I knew that I wanted to be a nurse. That was just in my being, in my fiber of my being. I knew I wanted to be a nurse. And I can recall at the age of 12, my dad saying, "What is it that you want to be?" And I said, "I want to be a nurse." And he said to me, "Why don't you become a doctor? You're smart enough. I know you can become a doctor." And I said to him, I know I can, but it's not what I want to do. I want to help people. And I recall him saying, doctors help people too. And I said, but I want to help them in a different way. And that has been the catalyst to where I am right now. Mm-hmm. I've pursued that career even through high school. Teachers have tried to steer me into different careers, but it's not really what I wanted. And after doing this for now 24 years, I see the reasons why I needed to get into this industry, into healthcare, because of what we launched 10 years ago this year, which is the Lighthouse Retreat. And it is truly making an impact in the lives of our seniors in our community. Mm-hmm. We are located in the Durham region in Ajax, and it truly has made a huge difference. And being able to see the impact of what we do on the lives of family, mm-hmm, is the most rewarding thing. And so this is why I say I didn't choose it, it chose me. I give an example. Yesterday I was in the parking lot of a grocery store, and I met with I saw this lady, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her like, you know someone. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't place it. And she said to me, she came up to me and said, "I know you from somewhere." Mm-hmm. And we put it together, and we realized that her mother was one of our clients at our Seniors Day program. And this was in 2017, 2018. And her mom was with us for about a few years. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me and she said, "I really hope your business is still open," mm-hmm, because the difference that it made in the life of my mom, words cannot express. Mm-hmm. And the impact that it had on my family, the peace of mind that it gave me, knowing that she was in a place where she was safe, mm-hmm, and that I could go to work and not worry about her, mm-hmm, and know that she's well cared for, gave us as a family, mm-hmm, that's the break and the peace of mind that we needed, because her mom had really severe, mm-hmm, dementia. Mm-hmm. And so it warmed my heart, but it affirmed for me, mm-hmm, why I got into this, because, mm-hmm, it's not about me. It is about making a difference in the lives of those in our community who need care and need services.
Definitely. And from the way that you talk, I could sense, how much of satisfaction you would have got, mm-hmm, when your clients, I would not say clients, they are, we are helping them, and then when they are like our family, they are, exactly, like another family, and then they trust you, yeah, like yet another family, so they can, happily go out, or maybe, without that tension or the sense sense of fear that, oh, my parent is taken care of, she or he's in a safe place.
Yes.
Right, that sense of strong community that you're building in Lighthouse Retreats, and I really appreciate the great work that you're doing there.
Thank you.
Yes. When you touched upon dementia, I'm just kind of curious, like, what else are you doing in terms of, supporting patients with dementia? Now that dementia is a big thing, and especially in Canada, we have like a lot of seniors here. And what is Lighthouse Retreat doing in terms of, carrying patients or providing patients, especially who have dementia?
So within our organization, we are providing support to seniors in general, but those who have dementia have an environment through our Seniors Day program where they can come in and be cared for, where they are getting cognitive stimulation, where they are engaging in activities that promote confidence and promote the stability of the disease itself. And what we have noticed is based on, because we are a dementia-friendly environment, meaning that we have gone through the training through the Alzheimer's Society to facilitate the seniors in understanding, for us as staff to understand what the disease is about and how to actually care for the individuals with the disease, and making them feel and be, making them feel loved and making them feel involved and making them maintaining their dignity and their independence, because you have dementia doesn't mean that you are to be treated any differently than anyone else. And so our staff, as you said before, it's an extension. When the client's coming into our facility, they're coming into an extension of what they had at home. They're coming into a space where they feel safe, where they feel love, and they can feel secure. And so therefore, they can relax and enjoy what is being offered to them. And so our day program, we run that Monday to Friday from 9 to 3. We also do in-home support where our nurses and PSWs also go into the home, into the community, and provide that hands-on care with meal preparation, grooming, getting that, companionship, and being with our seniors within the home. And the aim is to help them to stay in their homes as long as possible instead of having to transfer into long-term care. And so with the knowledge that the staff have on how to maintain and manage clients with dementia and work with clients with dementia, they are able to facilitate that, whether they are in the day program or whether they're in home care, and be able to optimize the lives of these individuals. And what we have noticed through the day program, for example, is that based on how, because dementia, there are different levels. If they're in the beginning stage, early onset, middle, we group them accordingly. And so because we are putting the same group of people on any given day, what we have noticed is that there's been a stability in the disease progression based on the neurologists who have called us and given us that feedback. And so we see the effectiveness of doing it in that regards, and just the care and love that they get, that that is just showered on them, makes a huge difference in their care.
It's truly important to take care of our seniors, because they are the ones that took care of us when we were kids.
They paved the way. They paved the way for us.
Yes. So it's our time to give back.
Absolutely.
Right? And especially, it comes with a great satisfaction, as I rightly pointed out, when they have kind of some issues or the thing that they are going through. You at Lighthouse Retreat, your team as a whole is doing a great thing in terms of this mission that I read in your website, saying nobody has to go through any illness or any suffering alone. Right? Be dementia or Alzheimer's or anything of that sort.
Yes. And this is why it's so important that we have the resources to help support the families. And I tell families this most days, whether it's my services that you utilize or someone else's, get people involved.
Right. Absolutely. And here at Computech, we have we are proud to say, I always tell this to my hosts, I always tell this to my guests, I'm sorry, 75% of our students belong to, they are women. And we are so proud to say why, because you and me talking here are women. And then in March, Women's Day happened. The International Women's Day was on March the 8th. And then, I would love to ask this question to you, Sarita, in Lighthouse Retreat, are you focusing any special program, or how do you offer support to women? Just curious if you have any special programs to recruit more students in terms of having them in the workforce, or supporting them, especially women.
We are an inclusive employer, so we hire male and females, but because of the industry that we're in, healthcare, it is predominantly women.
Yes.
So 95% of my staff are females.
95?
And
That's a lot.
95% of our staff are female. And it is truly a blessing having them working within our organization, because women have so much to contribute. The innovation, the insight that they bring, and the drive that they bring into the workforce is next to none. And so when we're able to open up opportunities for more women to get into the workforce, it's only going to impact our communities and eventually our social structures even for the best, right? It's going to make a huge impact in that regards. And so one of the things that we do is the women who are coming in, we're empowering them to not just, a lot of our staff who come in are PSWs, and they're women, giving them the opportunity to work. Most of them are single moms, or they are the primary care breadwinner in their families. Yeah. So giving them the opportunity to have sustainable jobs where they are paid properly, it's only going to impact the family as well as the community, as I said before. But a lot of them who come into our organization start off as PSW but have moved up the rank into management positions. So
that's great news.
They're great opportunities for them. It's not about you just coming in and being, you're coming in one way, but how can we utilize whether it be your experience from a different profession that you had into now this area that you're in, this organization that you're in, and how do we help move you up the ladder so that there's growth?
Yes, definitely. And here at Computech, we have a lot of, because Computech focus on healthcare, business, and technology programs. And then in healthcare, we have a lot of good and interesting programs. Sometimes I myself felt like, oh, I should have chosen this program. I should have studied, maybe PSW or maybe medical office administration, a lot of other interesting programs as well. So as an employer, I believe you have recruited, some of our students who have the potential to, come out and then contribute to the community, especially with the great work that you're doing at the Lighthouse Retreat. So as an employer, from an employer perspective, what do you think are the skills that the generation today, or maybe the students who are graduating from schools, they are lagging behind? Those are the skills that they didn't learn from school. Maybe from an employer perspective, what are your thoughts?
We've had the privilege of partnering with Computech to get the PSW program and the college open in Ajax.
Right.
And so with that, we have quite a bit of students who have come through and continue to come through our organization, whether that be from Computech or from some of the other local colleges and university, to get their preceptorship and their training component. And it is wonderful to have students in, because they bring such innovative ideas, they bring in such great insight, and there's so much that they have to offer. One of the things that I'm looking for, and I think it's to be reinforced with the students, is that flexibility.
Right.
When you're in the workforce, it's not as rigid, and especially in healthcare,
Yes.
it can't be just one way. So you have to be flexible. you have to come with that drive and determination to want to make a difference and to make an impact. It's not just about showing up, because you went to school and you got the skills.
Yes.
You have the skills
Yes.
to do the work, but what are you bringing that is going to make a difference in the life of that person that you're seeing that day? Oftentimes it's our seniors, and they're already isolated, they're already shut in, they're already struggling with their diseases that they're dealing with, and you may be the only person that they see in that day. How do you make a difference? So when I'm hiring new graduates or having students come in, a part of my training is to find out from them, what is it that you truly want to achieve, whether it be from an employment standpoint or as a student going through this course, because a part of that needs to be, how am I going to connect with this person or the people that I come across daily that's going to make a difference in their lives? It's not about the task.
Correct. Absolutely.
It's about the connection.
Absolutely. And when you said, this really touched me, when a senior is dealing with some disease, you're the only person, you might be the only person, they meet in that day. So how do you connect with them? It's mainly about connection, and it's mainly about the passion more than anything. It's about the passion, like deep through your heart. You should have the ability to you should have a lot of skills, like apart from the skills that you learn from school, like from the conversation that we are having right now. I'm recollecting a lot of other skills, like we should have patience, we should have tolerance and flexibility, as you rightly pointed out, and a deep sense of passion inside your heart.
I would only hope if you got into this field that you've got patience. Because if you don't have it, you're going to learn it quickly.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
And this is what I say to students all the time and employees. You cannot get into this job. Don't get into it. Please do not get into this job if you do not love doing it. If it is just a monetary way of you making an income, it's going to be challenging.
Yes.
You've got to have a passion, and you've got to have a drive, and otherwise it's going to be nerve-wracking for you on a daily basis. Yes. And it's going to be it becomes an arduous task, and that's not what you need nor what the clients need.
Yes. Absolutely. And talking about the passion and the determination, you have 24 years of experience in the healthcare industry. So I'm sure you have had a lot of learnings. So what would you highlight, like if I ask you 3 major learnings that you have had in this 24 years?
3 things that I would say I've learned over this time period is, one, that healthcare and this journey, this career field and what we do, it's not a destination. It's a journey.
Right.
We've got to pace ourselves. We're going to have great days, and we're going to have not so great days.
Absolutely.
And how do we navigate both? It's relying on your circle of support, whether that be your management team, your board of directors, whether that be your mentor, because we need them.
Yes,
we need them. We need them in this industry, especially. But relying on them to be that sounding board, and also knowing that another thing that I've learned over the 24 years is that there's so much more that I can give. And still giving, and it's a continuous learning process. But I love making a difference in the lives of people. And when I'm able to see that where you were when I started and where you are right now, and there's been a difference, that is success for me.
That is success.
And I have learned that over the years, and not to take myself so seriously all the time. I'm a very serious person, and I'm learning, you know what, stop and smell the roses and enjoy it. Enjoy life. Enjoy, it's not just about, I'm a solution-oriented person. And so I'm always, when people call us, okay, I want to do this, and figure this out. And if I don't, at 3 o'clock in the morning, in my mind and in my head. But I'm learning to just embrace things. What I can handle right now, I handle. And in the morning, sleep. Sleep now. And in the morning, let's figure out the rest of it.
Right.
So they're great learning opportunities that I've had over the 24 years of being a nurse. But those are the ones that I said have been my highlight. I love relying on my circle of support because it can be a lonely job being in this position.
Definitely, yeah. And it's a great message for me as well, because a lot of times I do this mistake too. Like, I think about a lot of things at the same time, and I realize it shouldn't be. This is not the right way. Just focus on what you have to do at the moment, and then the rest all will fall through.
Yes.
Right? And a lot of people are watching us online right now. We have a lot of students who are watching now, and we have a lot of other people, can be employers or maybe, students or prospects who are interested in joining, computer college. So what is your key message to them?
Computech, in the years that I've known them, have been stability, consistency. They have been great advocate for their students. The students that we've dealt with have had great facilitators, and I think it is a great institution for anyone who is choosing a program that you offer to be able to come in and learn and get the knowledge and the skills and experience that they need to be able to go into the workforce. Right. And so I think kudos to you guys. You've done a wonderful job. And so I would truly encourage those out there who are looking to get into a program to seek out and see what Computech is able to offer.
You look so young. you don't look like you're 47. I thought you may be 42, 42. Maybe. No. What's the secret? What do you do?
I don't know if there's, I don't know if there's a secret, but patience, learning not to take on the world. I spend a lot of time in prayer and just meditating and staying centered. And I think that always helps to bring that peace and that calm and will help to release stress. Stress is what ages us. The consistent amount of unhealthy stress is
Correct.
What ages us. And
Correct.
so I do my part. I eat healthy and stay hydrated and
workout.
Genetics.
Genetics. Yeah, that's a big
that's
part.
a big part of it
yes,
too.
Yes.
So I just work with what I've been given.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. A lot of things to learn from you. Yeah, I think maybe we should have part 2 of this podcast. No,
absolutely.
Yeah, but thank you so much for coming all the way from Ajax. Really appreciate it. So thank you so much for your time today and for all your insights. I really enjoyed chatting with you. I really don't want to end this podcast, but due to the time constraints that we have, I'll have to end this podcast, but we should keep talking. We should, keep discussing things because
Definitely.
I believe, by it's a mutual learning, right?
It is.
I learned a lot from you, but I believe you at least learned something or the other from me.
Yes, I did.
It's always a mutual learning, and I truly appreciate your time, your efforts to get all the way from Ajax to Scarborough here at our campus. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching this podcast. If you like this podcast, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So it motivates us to make more videos like this. Thank you so much. See you next time. Until then, it's Aishwarya signing off with Cerita Miller. Take care.